going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. This is the X Sports Network.
The news is out. Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Lawrenceburg received an A hospital safety grade from the Leapfrog Group. This national distinction celebrates STRHS Lawrenceburg's achievements in protecting hospital patients from preventable harm and errors and ranks our local hospital among the top tier of hospitals across the nation when it comes to patient safety. The Leapfrog Group is an independent national watchdog organization which assigns letter grades to general hospitals throughout the United States based on a hospital's ability to prevent medical errors and harm to patients. Hospital safety grade results are based on more than 30 national performance measures and are updated each fall and spring. STRHS Lawrenceburg is committed to delivering safe, high-quality care to patients, families, and visitors, and ensuring that everyone has a positive experience at our hospital. Our A grade is a reflection of the culture of community and compassion that we've worked to build here at your hometown hospital. High quality care is a way of life for our crew, and we're proud to be part of the A team.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at Riverdale High School, the Class 2A state tournament winners bracket as the Mustangs of Loretto get ready to take on the Bulldogs of Milan. This is AJ Good, joined alongside Michael Marks here on the X Sports Network and the NFHS Network, bringing you this afternoon's game. Taking a look at both sides, starting first with the visitors on the scoreboard at Milan, coming into the tournament at 22-8 overall, 6-2 within their district, where their district champions are 7th state tournament appearance. Leading off at first base, Colin Milligan. Batting second in right field, Ryan Maxwell. Batting third and pitching, Kerry Allen Berg. Batting fourth at shortstop, Will Johnson. Batting fifth At left field will be Braden Gonzalez, batting at 6th. It's catching Lincoln Reel, batting at 7th. The designated hitter, Bo Atkinson, batting 8th. In center field, Barton James, rounding out the lineup at second base, will be Gabe Scott. For Loretto, coming in at 26-6 overall into the tournament, 5-1 in the district. They were their district and a tournament and region tournament champions, making their 6th state tournament appearance. Leading off and catching, Clint Seymour, batting second in right field, Kason Springer, batting third and pitching, Mason Tidwell, batting fourth in left field, Miles Moore, batting fifth at first base, Carter Daniel, batting sixth in center field, Jackson Tragula, batting at seventh. The designated hitter, Jaden Aaron, batting eighth at second base, Lucas Laxon, rounding out the lineup at short will be Grant Fisher. The sophomore right-hander, Mason Tidwell, will get things going in a first pitch swing and a miss. Here from Milligan. Pitch there at 93
I'm about to say, if that was right, that said 93.
Wow. Next pitch, that one is fouled away for strike 2. Milligan came into the game here in the tournament so far, 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a pair of runs scored in that run rule win against Alcoa yesterday. Here's the 0-2. It's sent down the left field line, but foul for strike 2.
If that was right, that said 90 on the gun, so 95.
Wow.
Think he's pumped up?
I think he is.
That's the first time we've actually seen that gun say 90 up there on the scoreboard, so he's really letting it rip.
Next pitch misses low for ball 1. Tidwell coming in with a 6-0 record, 42 and 2/3 innings pitched, and 2.62 ERA. Next pitch, a breaking ball misses away to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Mason gave up 5 runs in the sub-state game, too, against Camden. Mustangs ended up winning that game. But other than that, Mason has looked sharp as can be this year as that one's sitting to right center field.
And that's going to be trouble, and that one's going to get down. That is going to bounce off the wall. Milligan on his way to second, and he will hold up with a lead-off double. His 3rd hit of the tournament, and already a runner in scoring position here for the Bulldogs in the top of the 1st inning.
Yeah, rematch of a sectional matchup that was played at Milan last year. Mason Tidwell pitched game 3 of that series, and probably the worst game of his Mustangs career. Gave up 5 runs in the 1st inning and didn't make it much further than that as Milan run-ruled Loretto on their way to a state championship appearance where they lost to Union County. So definitely 2 very good teams here and a bunch of returning starters from those 2 teams a year ago.
It's going to bring him up Rye Maxwell. Yesterday was 2 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs in that game. The Jackson State Community College commit. Winner of this game will move on to the state semifinals tomorrow at 2 o'clock, weather permitting. And the loser will face White House Heritage. That game has been moved up to 4 o'clock due to weather. First pitcher from Tidwell, and that's a breaking ball that misses high for ball 1.
You notice Clint Seymour behind the dish again for the Mustangs, having to catch a bunch of innings for this team, but he's so valuable defensively back there that you can't really afford to put him anywhere else other than on the mound.
And Raleigh Ellis at 3rd. Being designated hit for here in the game. Here's a 1-0, square around the bunt, and that.
I think they're going to call a foul ball.
Yeah.
Remember, hand is part of the bat.
It is, and that hit him right on the hands, and will be a foul ball. So I have to shake that one off. I'm sure that didn't feel good.
Again, shifted the lineup around a little bit from yesterday. Ryan Maxwell was at first yesterday. He's in right field today as Colin Milligan is playing first. He was on the mound for Milan.
Here's a 1-1, squares around the bunt again, gets it down. Tidwell will field. He will toss over to first. Laxon's over there, and that will be first out in the inning as the runner moves over to third base. And brings up the pitcher and Kerry Allen Burke.
Boy, was he good at the plate yesterday or what?
3 for 3 with a home run, a double, and 3 RBIs, and had a 2-run shot over the scoreboard and left in that run rule win over Alcoa.
Yeah, I think some of the Mustangs coaches stayed back and watched Milan face Alcoa yesterday, so they definitely know what they're looking for right here.
First pitch, a breaking ball over Tidwell's head. The runner's going to take off. Seymour can't get there in time. He will score, and the Bulldogs lead him 1-0. So that wild pitch will bring home the first run of the game, and nobody on with 1 out and a 1-0 count here to Burke.
Not sure if Mason was trying to pitch out there or what, but just got over Seymour's head. Got back to the backstop. Seymour made a close play at the plate with Milligan, but Milligan too fast there at third and puts Milan on the board first.
Second matchup between these two this season, as Milan won when these two met up in a weekend game over at Freed Hartman on a Friday a few weeks ago. The Bulldogs won that game 9-1. Here's a 1-0. Ground ball. Foul down the right field line for strike one. Even up the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Line drive, sent in the right field and down for a base hit. Second hit of the inning here for the Bulldogs. Now brings up the shortstop and Will Johnson.
Yeah, Milan very similar to the Mustangs. In that top half of your lineup, they are no joke. If you're not locked in on every pitch and hitting your spots, they will make you pay, as Mason's already given up his second hit of the game.
Johnson, who was 1 for 2 yesterday with a RBI double, or excuse me, had a sacrifice fly and a double yesterday. First pitch, and that one is over his head for ball 1. Runner will advance off the wild pitch.
And that takes the double play ball to get out of the inning out of effect.
So pitching coach David Weathers on his way out to the mound to talk with the sophomore right-hander.
And, this is just Mason's sophomore year, but it's by far the biggest game he's pitched in. You really can't afford to lose any games in the state tournament because you get so backed up on pitching and stuff like that.
Tidwell, 13 pitches through a third of an inning so far, has given up a double and a single, and a wild pitch that brought home Milligan to start things off here in the top of the first. Smith County defeated Sweetwater to advance to the next round in the losers bracket there. Huntington and Riverside already going on over at Stewart's Creek.
That should be another good game too.
Here's the 1-0. Ground ball. Here to Ellis at third. Throw over to first is in time. Runner tries to take off for third. And a good block over there by Fisher, and he took that one right on the belt line. I know that couldn't have felt good. So runner does advance in that play.
Heads up by Burke to take off for third there after he saw Ellis take a crow hop and then fire across the mound.
I'll bring up Braden Gonzalez. Gonzalez, who was 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk.
And that walk was an intentional walk, so he's put on in a position before Lincoln Reel, the catcher, who was on deck for Milan, ended up hitting a double.
He had a big game yesterday for the Bulldogs. First pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Mason showing off that slider, 74 right there. Just looked like it was coming in on Gonzalez and then broke right back over the middle of the plate.
Almost looked like a knuckleball the way that thing was dancing around. Here's the 0-1. Just misses in, 88 miles an hour. Evens up the count of 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Mustangs will be lucky to get out of this inning only giving up 1 as good as Milligan and Burke looked at the plate.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss, or that one was fouled off of Gonzalez. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Coach Zach Curtis comes out to get that foul ball. Sharing a couple words with, I assume that's Seymour.
Yeah.
Probably nothing to be mad at the umpire for yet.
Yeah. No, they've swung the swung the bats. There's haven't been much to complain about behind the plate. Here's a 1-2. Down the middle for strike 3, and that one will end the inning. The Bulldogs strike first, getting a run. In the top of the first, they lead at 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the inning. That is next on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today. The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at Riverdale as we go to the bottom of the first inning, this Class 2A winners bracket matchup with Milan leading Loretto 1-2. Top of the order due up for the Mustangs with Seymour, Springer, and Tidwell. On the mound will be Kerry Allen Burke. Here for the Bulldogs. Got their run off a wild pitch that brought home Milligan. Difference between the two so far here today. So Seymour, the team's leader, and now tied. No, he's got the lead with 6 home runs, hitting over 500 so far on the season. 1 for 4 yesterday with a grand slam and a walk. Trying to get things going here against Burke and answer what the Bulldogs did in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, Burke on the mound, the big righty. Good fastball, mid-80s. And the big thing for Burke, though, is going to be able to, if he's going to be able to work in the off-speed and breaking stuff.
First pitch, and that one, speaking of a breaking ball, misses low and away for ball 1.
But his mantra on the mound is going to be try to blow it by you. See if the Mustangs will be able to catch up with it.
1-0, and that one misses away for ball 2. So no score between Huntington and Riverside as they are in the bottom of the first. The other side of the Class 2A bracket. Here's a 2-0. Misses high for ball 3. Pitch at 80 miles an hour. So that pitch missed a bit over the belt of Seymour. Next pitch. Swinging there on 3-0 and fouls it back for strike 1. Big home run cut for Seymour. His home run landed on the road behind right center. Good photography here from our producer Kevin Wright following that ball off the bat yesterday. 3-1. Misses high for ball 4. And both leadoff batters for each team reach base here as Seymour will make his way to first.
Yeah, but walking Seymour is pretty much a win if you could call it that. You know, not letting him swing the bat and put it in play, letting him get extra bases is definitely a win for your defense.
Bring up Cason Springer. Had a solo home run yesterday. He had a big day going 4 for 5, 3 singles, and that solo homer to right.
Yeah, this sophomore's really broken on as a big left-handed bat. We see him in the outfield today. He usually plays first.
That first pitch misses high for ball 1.
Yeah, and AJ, you said it during the break. But I don't think we've seen a pitcher really look comfortable on this turf mound. Again, we haven't seen really any of these teams probably play on turf all year. Yeah. So playing on a turf mound is definitely a bit of an adjustment.
Here's the 1-0. Hit high in the air, Real chasing it down, but this one will, that young man almost ran himself in danger right there. And that one, he ran from the top of the stands, and the ball missed him by about a foot. He was running to the bottom part, so it's a 1-1 count here to Springer. Seymour at first, decent lead over there. Here's a 1-1. In the dirt, a good block by Real behind the plate. Makes it a 2-1 count.
You know, Seymour's a really heads-up kind of guy with a big baseball IQ. I've tried to watch him over the years and see if he kind of gives anything away of when he's going to steal or something like that, and that kid's hard to read.
Here's a 2-1. Ground ball down the right field line and foul. Evens up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's pitch number 9, so both pitchers going into a double-digit pitch count in the first inning, and a big difference from Milan yesterday. You know, they only 49 pitches through the entire game of 5 innings from Milligan over there at first today.
2-2. That one misses away for ball 3. Fastball at 79 miles an hour. So full count here to Springer. It's a full count. Breaking ball and foul back.
And very good at bat right here. Battle between Burke and Springer. Springer lucky he fouled that one off because 3-2 top of the zone. They're liable to get called strike 3.
Comes the 7th pitch of the at bat.
Huge gap in right center field.
Check on Seymour over at first, not in time.
You got the right fielder Ryan Maxwell playing about 20 yards from the line, maybe not even that close. Huge gap though. And that's where Springer hit his home run yesterday.
Full count. That one is fouled back. The 7th pitch of the at bat, and home plate umpire says, well, need some more baseballs.
So he's fouled off 3 already this at bat. Out of play.
There's a few foul balls in the top of the first as well. It's another full count. That's a breaking ball, misses away. Back-to-back walks. Start things off here in the bottom of the first. Seymour at second. Springer at first, and bring up opposing pitcher Mason Tidwell. Has a chance to help his own cause. Mason yesterday 2 for 5 with 2 singles for Loretto.
He had a big sectional series, hitting 2 home runs in the 2 games against Camden Central, 1 in each. And has looked pretty good on the mound early. Gave up that 1 run, 2 hits. We'll see if he can help his cause up at the plate. With runners on first and second, nobody out, I'm curious if they'll let him swing right here or have him drop down a bunt. As you see the first baseman Milligan in, toes on the grass. But a huge gap between in the 3-4 hole.
I'll let him swing. That first pitch, 80 on the outside corner for strike 1.
I'm not sure if we've seen Mason even attempt a bunt this year, so you don't want to start something like that late in the season, especially in the tournament.
Might catch the element of surprise, especially if he goes down the third baseline. Well, that one is ripped, but foul into the Bulldog dugout. 0-2 now the count. Loretto was 1 of 7 with runners in scoring position yesterday. That one hit was a grand slam from Clint Seymour.
Yeah, stranded 11. They left 11 on base yesterday, and if they're going to win a game like this, they're not going to be able to leave nearly as many on base.
That fastball misses low for ball 1. Low part of the zone. The home plate umpire hasn't given to either side so far. 1-2. That one's in the dirt. A good block by Rio. Evens up the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now both pitchers at 17 pitches, and Milligan hasn't gotten an out yet.
Yeah.
Or pardon, Burke.
Every time you say Milligan, I think about the Milligan College.
The college, yeah. No, it tripped me up last year because there were 2 Milligans on this Milan team last year.
2-0, and 2-2 is a fastball in the outside corner for strike 3. That's the first out in the inning. First strikeout for Burke. Now brings up the left fielder, Miles Moore. Moore, who was 0 for 4 yesterday, did reach base off a error. Almost reached base off a sac bunt as well. His first at bat here at Burke. 2-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Again, they're playing Miles as a heavy pull batter. They've got almost all 3 infielders.
This one skied high in the shallow right field. And that's going to get
down.
Fall.
They're going to have to force it. Oh, wow, they went to third. His foot wasn't on the bag.
He's safe, and his foot wasn't on the bag. Good call there, Mike. And everyone is safe.
I don't know why they didn't go for the forced out at second to get Springer, but I believe that was the center fielder out there. James went to third to try to get the lead runner in Seymour, and now Miles Moore with a funky-looking, I guess they'll rule that in E4.
Yeah, that
went off the glove.
That was in his glove and fell out. So it brings up Carter Daniels, 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a walk yesterday.
But, AJ, we've seen kids having a hard time today with the wind, moving a fly ball around. And so now we went from
it's blowing out. It's blowing out to right field, too.
So we went from runners on first and second with 2 outs possibly to bases loaded, 1 out with Carter Daniel up to bat.
It's a ground ball here to short. Throws over to second in time. He can't handle it.
That's
going to score the run. Here comes Springer. He will score. The Mustangs lead it 2-1. Great heads-up base running by Cason Springer, and it is a 2-1 Loretto lead here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Carter Daniel right there Hit one right back up the middle. A good play over there at short by Johnson. The flip over to Gabe Scott. Scott couldn't really form a transfer to get back to first, try to double play, but they did get the runner more at second. And then the throw home was a little late to get Springer, and now the Mustangs have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first.
Jackson Tragula due up now. That pitch is in the dirt for ball one. So Loretto, no hits. But it's just like yesterday. They took the run off no hits yesterday.
Yeah.
And doing it here again. Tragula 1 for 3 with a single and a hit by pitch yesterday.
But, AJ, those back-to-back leadoff walks have come back to bite Mount Milan. Those are the 2 runs.
And Tragula rips that one foul down the right field line. Jacob Laws having no part of that one in the first base coach's box.
He played some first for the Mustang during his days, but spent his days at UNA on the mound.
Pickoff attempt, trying to get Daniel, not in time.
And again, we usually see when Daniel's pitching, we usually have a courtesy runner come in for him. Since he's at first, you can't bring in a courtesy runner for him.
Here's a 1-1. Tries to lay down a bunt. He had a perfect one yesterday, and that one leaks foul towards the Milan dugout. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Yeah, Jackson, the 4th senior in this Mustangs lineup behind Seymour, Moore, and Daniel. Solidified his spot in center field early in the year and hasn't given it up yet. Has been a very valuable part of the Mustangs defense.
So 1-2. That one misses high, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's now 24 pitches for Burke here in the game.
Yeah, pitch 24 coming up. 25, pardon. And a quarter-century pitches here in the first inning. As that one misses upstairs, ball 3.
Another full count. That's his 3rd full count in this inning alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's had a hard time locating, as the home plate umpire saying, it was a bit high.
Full count offering. And Tragula fouls it back off the 6th pitch of the at-bat.
And again, 3-2-2 out, so Daniel will be going on the pitch. Aaron on deck for the Mustangs DH today.
Another full count offering. Misses away for ball 4. The 3rd walk of the inning. Now puts 2 on with 2 gone to bring up that designated hitter, Jaden Aaron. So for 2 yesterday with a walk and a pair of strikeouts.
Looks like we're going to have a meeting.
Yeah.
I don't think they would take him out this early in the game. He hasn't given up a hit, but there's still 2 runs on the board, 2 guys on base, and the ever-dangerous Jaden Aaron coming up to bat. AJ had a great region tournament, came in the pinch hit, got a bases-clearing triple, and then went 5 for 5 in the 2 games he got to play in the region tournament. Had 5 hits, close to 8 or 9 RBIs. Cooled off a little bit in the sectional series against Camden Central. So looking for him to heat up and get a big hit today.
And we're going to have a pitching change, it looks like. So while that goes down, we will take a break here on the X Sports Network.
Oliver Wellness and Massage, located in Pulaski, Tennessee, is your premier spa for massage therapy, salt therapy, IV therapy, tanning, and much more. Stay relaxed, look your best, and feel good at Oliver Wellness, located at 1187 West College Street, Pulaski, Tennessee, or contact Haley at 931-309-0462 or schedule your appointment online at 931massage.com.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-2 269 3255.
This is the X Sports Network.
Will Johnson will be the new pitcher here for the Bulldogs. Him and Kerry Allen Burke just switch positions, short and pitcher. Burke checks out after 2/3 of an inning. No hits, but 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, a strikeout through 27 pitches.
And again, that line can change a little bit. The runners on first and second are both credited to Burke. As Johnson, more of a fastball-heavy type of guy, mid-80s with his fastball, and we'll see if he can win this battle with Mustang sophomore Jay Nairn.
First pitch here to Aaron, and that one's 84 miles an hour, misses low and away for ball 1.
Yeah, in warm-ups, we saw him 83 to 85, so if he can get later into this game, we maybe see him touch 86 or 87, but he's going to sit around the low to mid-80s mark.
Here's a 1-0. Ground ball here to the left side. Burke tracks it down, throws over the third wisely, and that one will end the inning. The Mustangs take the lead in the bottom of the first. They lead it 2-1 as we go to the top of the second. That is next on the X Sports Network.
Hey, welcome to Mid-South Barndominiums. I'm Ezra. Here's where we make your home dreams come true. We do turnkey different here. We'll take you from beginning to end. All you need is property. We're going to pair you with an interior designer to help kind of cut through all the decisions and make sure that your home comes out beautiful. And so this allows you to make your home personal and then also look really good in the very end. I gotta tell you, we have so many options here at Mid-South that we had to build an entire new showroom floor to fit them all in. You can check out our website, midsouthbarndominiums.com, or give us a call, 931-203-7003. Make an appointment, come check us out.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
What really matters during the ball game, we're at that point in the season where some are just beginning, some have already ended, and others are at that point where it's either win or go home. Depending on what your perspective is, it changes everything, doesn't it? In 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 18, we're reminded we don't look at the things that are seen, but at the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Keep your focus, keep your perspective on the right things, the things of God, the eternal things. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on Cloud9Fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
This is the X Sports Network.
Lucas Laxon, the new pitcher in the game for Loretto. Mason Tidwell will go to third. Raleigh Ellis will switch to second base, and now we're having more switch. I think.
So Kaysen Springer's moved to first, Raleigh Ellis at second, Grant Fisher at short, Carter Daniel at third. Mason was at third. That is not exactly sure what's going on right now, but Laxon on the mound, Seymour still catching. He got Daniel at third.
Yeah.
He's never played there in high school, so.
And it looked like a number 6 went out to right, so that's Braden Bennett that's in right. So first pitch here to Reel, swings and misses for strike one. Laxon.
85 right there on the fastball. He's sitting around mid-80s with this stuff. He's got good fastball, good sinker, good slider.
Here's the 0-1. That one is in the dirt for ball one. Laxon comes in with a 1.64 ERA through 17 innings, 1-0 on the season. 25 strikeouts and 10 walks. Opponents hitting 186 against him this season. Next pitch, that one misses low and away for ball two. Real, who was 2 for 3 yesterday with a double and a single and a pair of RBIs. So 2-1 in there for strike 2 to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And, AJ, they took Mason. He was on the field. They took him out.
Yeah.
So I think that means he can't pitch anymore. He's got him looking on an 82-mile-an-hour sinker right there from Lucas Laxon.
Pretty nasty pitch there from Laxon. 1 gone, his first strikeout, second strikeout by Mustang pitching. Brings up the designated hitter in Bo Atkinson. He went 2 for 3 yesterday with an RBI and a pair of singles.
So the highly anticipated Tidwell versus Kerry Allen Burke matchup ended after 1 inning for each of them.
First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. So can they not bring him back in, like re-enter him back in?
Unless he's in the bullpen warming up, I don't believe so.
Next pitch is fouled away. I mean, they can re-enter him back in that spot as a.
Oh, what a play by Bennett!
Yeah, Braden Bennett with that catch out there in right and foul territory. We got 2 gone. I could have swore that one was going out of play.
I would have thought so too. That's the way the wind's blowing.
I gave up on him. Braden Bennett makes an amazing play in foul territory. Now brings up the center fielder in Barton James.
You know, Bennett, one of those guys that is usually just a courtesy runner for the pitcher, but has been shifted in the outfield and makes it look like a pretty smart decision as Laxon gets a swing on strike 1.
James 0 for 2 yesterday with a strikeout. Here's the 0-1. That's right in there for strike 2.
I think Lucas Laxon might be the first pitcher we've seen look comfortable on this mound. He's just going to work.
Working quickly as well. Here comes the 0-2. That one is fouled.
Ooh, he wanted that one.
Yeah. Fouled off of the midsection, too.
Laxon got his first varsity appearance his freshman year 2 years ago at this field against Watertown and has really been a staple of the Mustangs bullpen ever since, as Seymour will go up to have a word with Laxon. Maybe just a courtesy to give Barton James a second after he fouled that pitch off his shin.
Yeah, we've had a few cups, if you know what I mean, hit in this tournament here in the last couple days. Our 4th game of the tournament. So he was still grabbing that area.
Again, James is center fielder, so you don't want him too banged up.
It's a ground ball right back to Laxon. He'll toss over the first. That is in time, and that one will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. Here in the top of the second, Loretto leads 2-1 as we go the bottom half of the inning next on the X Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
Free summer movies are back at Crockett Cinemas in Lawrenceburg. Stop by for a new movie each week on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. This summer, the theater will be showing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Trolls Band Together, Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie, Despicable Me, Migration, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Each movie will begin at 11 a.m. at Crockett Cinemas in Lawrenceburg.
This is the X Sports Network.
Here at Riverdale, as we go the bottom of the second of this Class 2A state tournament winners bracket matchup, Loretto leading Milan 2-1. 8-9-1 due up for the Mustangs. Laxon Fisher and Clint Seymour back on the mound. Will Johnson just got out of the bottom of the first on 2 pitches on a ground out. Laxon, now the pitcher here for Loretto, will lead things off, trying to help his own cause. Lucas, who went 1 for 4 yesterday for the Mustangs, and that win over White House Heritage. First pitch chopped up the middle, going to be trouble. And the throw over to first will not be in time, so Laxon lead things off with an infield single.
Well, have a day, Lucas. I mean, you get shoved in the second inning when I mean, I don't think anybody thought that would be happening. Is they're bringing in a courtesy runner that looks like Dylan Thompson.
Yeah, Dylan Thompson will be the courtesy runner here.
And then you come in 8-9-1, come in the lineup, and you send one right back up the middle. I was about to mention that it looked like Gabe Scott there at second was pinched in a little much.
Yeah. That was a good effort by him.
Yeah,
that's just,
he got over there in time.
Yeah. And Fisher tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it back for strike one. Fisher was 1 for 4 at the pair of strikeouts yesterday. So he has a chance here to move the runner or maybe even find his way on base as well.
Third baseman J.P. Scott in on the infield grass, watching a potential Grant Fisher bunt.
Big lead by Thompson at first. He fakes the bunt, swings and misses. Thompson's going to take off. He's in safely.
Now a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And barring the rest of this at-bat, you got Quint Seymour coming up next.
Mustangs stole 5 bases yesterday and already got one here. So it's a runner in scoring position 0-2. Don't know necessarily if this is a bunt situation here to move the runner over.
I wouldn't say anymore, especially with 2 strikes. But
there's the 0-2. Breaking ball.
There you
hits
go.
him right in the back.
You don't need to bunt.
He will reach base. That's the fourth free pass by Bulldog pitching. 3 walks and a hit by pitch. And now going to bring up Clint Seymour, the catcher. Walked and scored in his first at-bat in the first inning.
Came up in a similar scenario yesterday and hit a grand slam. Is up with 2 on now.
Seymour is 1 for 4 in the tournament so far at the grand slam and a pair of walks.
He has hit 4 of his 6 home runs this season in the postseason. 2 in the district tournament, 1 in the sectional, and now 1 in Murfreesboro, looking for more damage here.
It's crazy how red hot some of these guys get in the biggest situations. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one at 75 miles an hour. Maybe a change up there. It looked
That's what I was thinking. Looked like it had a little break on it.
Cutter, two-seamer, host of things that could have been. Here's the 0-1 and the dirt. Good block by Reel there. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So the first 2 batters get aboard just like they did in the bottom of the first. Here's a 1-1. Just misses outside for ball 2.
That first pitch was more outside than that one. Just couldn't. I guess it broke a little late there. And
he did look like he caught it on the
plate,
turf line, chalk line there. Here's a 2-1. Seymour sends that one foul near the Loretto dugout. Evens up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson now with 10 pitches here through third of an inning plus. Here's a 2-2. Chopper here over to third. That's going to move the runners. Seymour's going to be out at first, and both runners will advance off the ground out. So runners on second and third now for Case and Springer. Springer, who walked and scored in his first at bat in the previous inning. Now the infield will play in here for the Bulldogs. Thompson at third. You got Fisher with maybe the largest lead you'll see in the state tournament at second base. I mean, he's going to where the fielder is, which is what you're supposed to do.
I'd say he's about 25 feet off the bag, maybe more. He might be closer to third than he is to second.
His first pitch swung on a miss for strike one.
The old 35-foot lead. But again, Milan only looking at a play at home.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Springer was way ahead on that pitch. And it's Braden Bennett on deck, so I guess Mason is done here. The 0-2. That one almost got away from Reel. Good save there by Reel.
That saved a run for sure, because if that gets away from him, Thompson was already about a third of the way home.
1-2 is the count here. The 2-0 hitter for the Mustangs.
Good
this
take.
Is low. Evens up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Cason's looked very disciplined at the plate today in his 2 appearances. Walked after getting down in the first one and has now worked this one back even.
It's 2-2. Swing and a miss. That's going to get away from Real. And Thompson's going to take off for home. Here's a relay. Not in time. He will score. And the Mustangs lead at 3-1.
You ever getting an RBI on a strikeout, AJ?
Maybe in Little League. All the runners will advance, so Loretto is 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
And is up
lead this
3-1.
3-1.
Pardon.
Brings up Braden Bennett. In for Mason Tidwell.
This is the bottom of the second inning, and this is by far the weirdest game I've had this year.
First pitch, and this is a ground ball. Here to third, the throw over to first.
It got
that threw him off the bag. That's going to bring on Fisher, and the Mustangs out lead at 4-1.
And AJ, again, another free pass given up by the Milan Bulldogs. They ended up in a Mustangs run. They hit by pitch. They hit Grant Fisher. He comes home. And now have doubled their lead to 4-1 here in the bottom half of the inning.
Brings up Miles Moore, reach via an error on a pop-up to the shallow right from the second baseman. That's a second error from Milan. That pitch misses low for ball 1. I mean,
And again, J.P. Scott over there at third. Played second last night, so maybe just a little out of position.
This is, Mike, this is as crazy of a game as you'll see. 4 runs, and you got a team that's 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
4 runs on 1 hit.
Yeah.
Now, that 1 hit did end up scoring a run.
The runner will take off. Good throw from Real, and that one
gets
can't
away
be
from Burke.
caught by Burke. That's not Real's fault. That was a bullet overthrow, but it'll get him with the stolen base.
What about Braden Bennett coming in out of nowhere? He's courtesy run in this tournament before. Comes into right field, makes a great play on the run, gets on, steals second, and now he's in scoring position with 2 out. And Miles Moore looking to get back on base, reached via an error his first time up.
Moore is 0 for 5 in the tournament, has reached twice off errors. That's a check swing. See if he appeals, and he's not going to, so it's a 2-1 count. Two of them on the count here, the cleanup hitter for the Mustangs, and the 2-1. Swung on and missed. A big cut from Moore. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, Johnson isn't really – he's mixing up velocities, but he's not mixing up pitch types really. These all mostly fastballs or sinkers. But he's running anywhere from 85 to 77.
2-2. Just misses high for ball 3. A full count here to Moore. Yeah, he's getting a lot of swings and misses from this Mustang lineup.
It may just be a hard slider that he's throwing compared to the rest of his velocities. Because it's got movement on it, and we're having a hard time hitting it.
Full count offering. Fouled away by Moore on the 6th pitch of the at-bat. And Will Johnson now at 23 pitches after that.
Moore was a big part of the Mustangs' Final Four run here at Riverdale 2 years ago as a sophomore, and is now looking to contribute in a big part his senior year.
Full count offering. Breaking ball misses high for ball 4. 4th walk issued by the Bulldogs. First by Johnson, their 5th free pass. Now brings up Carter Daniel. Hit into a fielder's choice that brought home both of the runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. So Daniel here in another big spot with multiple runners on. Was on with the bases loaded in the previous inning. First pitch. Fastball in there. 84 miles an hour for strike 1.
Again, Daniel picked up the win on the mound yesterday. 7 innings, a handful of strikeouts, 114 pitches. And if that's his last outing for the Mustangs, I think it's one he's proud of.
This one is fouled out of play for strike 2, excuse me. So he's down 0-2.
Daniel was a Mr. Baseball finalist for 2A. The winner went to the guy from Pigeon Forge. They've won it 3 years in a row with 3 different guys. That shows you how good they've been recently.
Here's the 0-2. misses low for ball one at 85 miles an hour.
That Pigeon Forge squad ran into a red-hot Sweetwater team. I believe actually just ended up getting eliminated this morning.
They're done.
Yeah, they're done. Went 0-2, lost to Smith County 9-8.
This one is tapped just out of reach of Johnson. Daniel.
Safe.
Gets there in time, so it's an infield single by Carter Daniel. And now the bases are loaded, and they get their first hit with a runner in scoring position in the game. So Daniel that's his third hit of the tournament. It's going to bring up Jackson Tragula, who's 1 for 3 in the tournament. No official at bat today. Had a walk in the first inning.
Mustangs both hits haven't left the infield.
Yeah. Has any ball left the infield?
I don't.
Kevin shrugs. He don't know. This game has been so crazy. First pitch in the turf for ball one. Now Real will go out and talk with his pitcher.
Nothing yet has left the infield, except you could consider that one that Miles hit, the little blooper. There was an error in shallow right center.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of. I don't see any.
But again, I don't think we've had a ball go further than 90 feet from home, or much past that.
Next pitch here to Tragula, misses away for ball two. Here's a 2-0. Ground ball sent towards, what a play by Jacob Laws in the box.
Maybe he remembers some of his days at first base. And with only one strike, I'm not sure if I don't push a bunt down try to push a bunt down the first baseline. The first baseman's on the outfield.
Well, next pitch misses high for ball three. So it's a hitter's count here for Tragula.
And J.P. Scott over there at third just throwing his hands up. Was not happy about that call.
Well, he hasn't given that strike for either side of the day. Here's a 3-1. That's going to hit him, and that's going to be a bases loaded hit by pitch, an RBI for Tragula, and the Mustangs now lead at 5-1.
So Braden Bennett reaches on an error and scores a run. And we got
Scott, the head coach from Milan, making his way out to the mound. We'll see what they do here.
It looks like he's bringing in J.P. Scott from third. Maybe. 31 pitches from Johnson, so he's in that threshold where he wouldn't be able to pitch again until Thursday, as was the starter, Burke. He threw 27 pitches. He brought in his center fielder, too, so that center fielder is Barton James.
And he's taken off a wristband, so we'll see what happens here. Jaden Aaron up, who hit into a fielder's choice in the first inning. I believe that ended the inning.
You're right.
They're going to stick it out here with Johnson as everybody will go back to their positions. Bases loaded, and the Mustangs with 3 runs here in the bottom of the second.
I figured this would be a higher scoring game, but this early on, I thought maybe Tidwell and Burke could maybe get this into the middle innings before the run started pouring in.
Aaron, who hit into a fielder's choice at end of the bottom of the first. He's 0 for 3 in the tournament so far.
Last time he came up to bat with the bases loaded, had a 3-run technically single as it got between the center fielder, the left fielder's legs, and he ended up on third. So
that first pitch misses high for ball one.
Mustangs would love to add on a couple more here with 2 outs.
Big cut there, fouled away for strike one. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases loaded, 2 gone. 5-1 Loretto lead in the bottom of the second.
And any more runs would kill any bit of momentum that Milan had coming into this game.
Here's a 1-1. Aaron, a chopper, but foul down the left field line for strike two. They put it in play. They have 2 errors in the game.
Yeah, one by the second baseman, one by the third baseman.
Yeah. Scoreboard they have 3, but it's really 2 because you can't assume a double play. The 1-2. Fouled away by Aaron. Stays alive with the 1-2 count.
Sophomores have been coming in big for the Mustangs, especially, you got Case and Springer with an RBI on a drop third strike. But, very big, very disciplined at bat, seeing a lot of pitches.
1-2. Aaron pops it up, but out of play again as he'll stay alive with that 1-2 count. Here's a 1-2. Fouled away again by Aaron.
Been a very long at bat. And it's only one ball.
It's pitch number 6. These kids working for Riverdale, the baseball team here, getting a workout, chasing down all these foul balls. There's a 1-2. That's over his head, and Moore's going to take off for home. And no throw, and he will score, and the Mustangs lead at 6-1. I don't think Real knew what was going on there, because if he tosses it, he maybe gets more at home.
And maybe the ball slipped. I mean, again, the ball has no reason to be wet, but maybe he just couldn't get a grip on it. I don't know. We've had a couple of weird plays like that where Milan specifically has just had trouble on a transfer. It's now 6-1.
2-2 count here to Aaron. The 2-2. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 3, and that one will end the inning. The Mustangs get 4 in the bottom of the second. They lead at 6-1 as we go to the top of the third in this Class 2A winners bracket matchup on the X Sports Network.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAutosupply.com.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at Riverdale in the Class 2A winners bracket matchup here. Loretto leading Milan 6-1 as we go to the top of the third. 9-1-2 due up for the Bulldogs with Scott Milligan and Maxwell. Lucas Laxam back on the mound for a second inning of work. No hits, no runs, a strikeout through 11 pitches. Scott was 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a walk in the win over Alcoa yesterday for Milan.
So, yeah, Mustangs defense, a little bit of switches. We can go through them now that we've got a minute. Cason Springer at first. Raleigh Ellis has moved from third to second. Grant Fisher still at shortstop, and then Carter Daniel moved from first to third, and now Braden Bennett out in the right field. So,
first pitch here to Scott, missed for ball 1. Next pitch on the inside corner for strike 2 at 84 miles an hour. Here's a 1-1. Ground ball here to Ellis and struggles with it. And Scott is going to reach base. That was going to be a hard play to make there.
They ruled it a hit.
Yeah, they are going to rule it a hit. So leadoff runner aboard here for the Bulldogs brings us to the top of the order. Milligan, who doubled off the wall and right in his first at bat and scored off a wild pitch. The lone run of the game here for Milan.
Yeah, this is where the Mustangs really need to lock in. 1, 2, and 3 really caused the Mustangs a bunch of trouble.
First pitch misses away for ball 1. Mustang fans wanted that, but Clip was played a good portion. Here's a 1-0. Ground ball. That one's through the right side and a base hit. Second for Milligan. Scott not going to get a chance to really round second, so both runners aboard. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Brings up Ryan Maxwell. Hit a sac bunt. His first at bat in the first inning.
And with 2 on and nobody out, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him do it again.
Maxwell 2 for 4 in the tournament with a double and 3 RBIs coming into this game. Here's the first pitch. Sent in the right field. Bennett camps underneath, makes the catch. That's a first down in the inning. Runner at second will tag up. One gone. Runners on the corners here. The top of the third inning. Now brings up Kerry Allen Burke, the shortstop. He singled in the right in his first at bat in the first inning. First time facing Laxon.
So Seymour sending the signs to the infield. Again, double play in effect would get the Mustangs out of the inning. But with as aggressive as Milan has been on the base pass yesterday and today, I would assume we might see Milligan try to steal second right here. And watch out for a double steal if so.
There's the first pitch. This is high for ball one at 82. And you might even concede, if he tries to steal second, might even concede that run at third just to clear the bases. You know, you hate to give up runs, but you're up
But
5.
when you have a 5-run lead, you can – oh, what a pitch. That's that slider right there. As you saw Burke, kind of step back out of the way. It's one of those that looks like it's going to hit you, and then the slider just dipped right back over the plate for strike one.
1-1 the count here with one gone. Runners on the corners. Middle infield, double play depth. As now Laxon will step off. Wind is really picking up out there, blowing out towards right field.
Mustangs infield made up of 3 sophomores.
That pitch is swung on and missed. He couldn't hold up on the check swing for strike 2. Another nasty slider from Laxon.
And then you got Daniel over there at third, who hasn't played third this season.
1-2. Runner will take off. The throw will get through the legs of Fisher, and that's going to bring home the second run for Milan. And it's a 6-2 Loretto lead.
So that leadoff single by Scott ends up in a run being scored, and Milligan gets all the way to third right there.
So next run for the Bulldogs, 90 feet away with one out.
Again, 2-strike count here to Burke.
Next pitch from Laxon. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning.
Dirty strikeout right there from Laxon.
Second strikeout of the game. Now brings up Will Johnson, the pitcher. Grounded out to third in his first at bat in the first inning.
Now batting number 8, Will Johnson.
First pitch from Laxon. Ground ball to third again. Daniel makes the play. The throw over to first is high and over the head of Springer. Johnson on his way to second. And off of the air, Milan has cut the lead in half to 6-3.
Yeah, again, inexperience on the infield for the Mustangs. Like I said, Carter Daniel was his first game at third. And you could tell out of the hand he had sent that one a little too high. And Springer tried to go up there and make the play to keep it from getting away, but just too high, and now that runner ends up on second off an error.
So the Bulldogs getting a couple runs back here in the top of the third to make it 6-3. So it's the second error by Loretto in the game, second in this inning.
I would say both in this inning.
And both have led the runs being scored.
I would say I don't think any of those 3 runs are earned.
This next pitch skied high in the left field. Moore going back. That one's over his head, and that's going to hit off the wall. Brings home run number 4, and Braden Gonzalez with a 2-out RBI double has now cut the lead down to 6-4.
And again, 2 outs. A big rally come from Milan.
Brings up Lincoln Reel, who struck out looking his first at bat, first time he faced Laxon here in the top of the second inning. So 3 runs here in the top of the third by the Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah, we do have some helicopters coming in out of left field.
It's the third one I've seen come in this direction. First pitch from Laxon. Misses in for ball 1.
I used to do that. I was a radar repairman on helicopters. Loaches, Hueys. We'd have the Apaches on stuff when I was in the we had the
Here's a 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner. Evens up the count here. 1 ball and 1 strike. 82 miles an hour. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Good job here by Laxon, locking back in after some defensive errors have led to 3 more runs on the board for Milan.
Next pitch, a ground ball sent towards the Milan dugout. Stays alive with a 1-2 count.
Now, AJ, this has been a type of baseball game you don't have time to look around, and there's always something going on.
This next pitch sent into shallow right field, could be trouble. And that one's deflected around. Gonzalez is going to come and score. And the lead is now down to 6-5 off the 2-out bloop RBI single into right.
That's the 3rd error of the inning for the Mustangs. And they're bringing in a courtesy runner.
It's going to breed Whitten Dobbs, who courtesy run for real, as Bo Atkinson now due up. Flew out in the right in his first at bat in the 2nd inning as David Weathers, pitching coach for Loretto, making his way out to the mound as Milan has gotten all the 4 runs back that the Mustangs got in the bottom half of the inning.
And there's not much you can say to Laxon. Laxon's done a pretty good job giving his team an opportunity. It's just his defense behind him that has been so solid hasn't helped him out one bit this inning.
So Milan with a 2-out rally here, have gotten a 2-out RBI double and then a 2-out RBI single, back-to-back at bats. Atkinson here at the plate, who's 2 for 4 in the tournament, including a fly out the right in the 2nd inning. So Laxon now with 29 pitches here through inning and 2/3. First pitch. This is low for ball 1. And the 1-0. Misses away for ball 2.
Atkinson flew out to Bennett. That was the first out of the 2nd inning.
Here's a 2-0. And the dirt gets away from Seymour. Runner will advance off the wild pitch. 3-0 count here to Atkinson. Here's a 3-0. Misses away for ball 4. First walk issued by Mustang pitching in the game. Puts 2-1. 2 gone. A 6-5 Loretto lead. Now of Martin James, the center fielder. Tapper back to Laxon in his first at bat. The top of the 2nd inning.
Our scoreboard still says nobody out, but there is 2 outs in the inning.
First pitch swung on a miss for strike 1.
They drink all kinds of stuff. They talk about some drugs, wild stuff. I like my boat drinks. I like my daiquiris and other reasons. But basically, all I drink is Diet Coke in a Land Shark. I like my Land Shark. Land Shark's like Thunder Apple.
Here comes the 0-1 from Laxon. Swung on a miss for strike 2.
Good pitch right there. Yeah. Locate something away and low. Try to get somebody to fish for it, and he got James right there with that one, and he's up 0-2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning and slowing the Milan rally.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that one will end the inning. Milan gets 4 in the top of the 3rd. It's a 6-5 Loretto lead as we go to the Bottom half of the inning next on the X Sports Network.
LUS is committed to our customers, from providing and maintaining energy-efficient utility services to friendly, helpful customer service. LUS is there. At LUS, we're always challenging everything we know, every day. We strive to improve efficiency and reliability while focusing on our responsibility to our customers and the community. It's our promise to provide dependable service to our customers every time. Because we don't just work in Lawrence County, we live here too.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at Riverdale as we go to the bottom of the third, this Class 2A state tournament winners bracket game. Loretto leading Milan in a crazy one here, 6-2-5. 8-9-1 due up for the Mustangs. Lucas Laxon 1-for-1 with an infield single. His courtesy runner scored in the second inning. Will Johnson on, inning in the third here for the Bulldogs. 4 runs off 2 hits, a walk, pair of strikeouts through 41 pitches, and the first one is chopped over the third baseman's head. Laxon takes a big turn at first, and he will lead off the second straight inning with a single.
Well, that led to good things happening the last time he did it, so we'll see if the Mustangs offense can rally around their pitcher as Dylan Thompson comes in to run for Laxon.
It's Thompson, the courtesy runner again, and that will bring up Grant Fisher, reached by hit by pitch and scored in the second inning. And this, you're looking at the score, it is 6-5, and Milan with 5 runs off 6 hits, 2 errors. Loretto, 6 runs off 3 hits and 2 errors. This has been as crazy as it gets. Next pitch, that one is fouled back for strike one. Clint Seymour on deck.
And Tidwell exited this game after the first inning with some arm discomfort. Only threw about 17 pitches, so.
Fisher shows bunt, back pick here, and that one not going to be in time. Ball one, evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Is Real trying to get Thompson over at first. Decent lead, big lead actually by Thompson over at first. Here's a 1-1, shows bunt and fouls it back again for strike 2. Fisher in this tournament has showed bunt a lot and has struggled to get it down.
Ended up getting hit by a pitch on a 3-2 count his last time up. Ended up coming around and scoring a run.
It's a 1-2, shows bunt again, can't get it down. Or did he pull back in time? They say he did, so it evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ooh, I could have swore he went around there, but we're kind of blocked. In
the confidence to let him go around and try to show a bunt on 2 strikes.
Two shows bunt and does get that one down this time. Thompson takes off for second, tosses over to first in time. That will move the runner. And a runner on second base with 1 out. Bring up the top of the order in Clint Seymour. Seymour, who's 0-for-1, walked and scored in the first and grounded out to third. That moved a pair of runners in the second. So third inning, third at bat here for Seymour. Mustangs are...
He'd love to extend this Mustangs lead.
Yeah, they're 1 of 9 with runners in scoring position so far today. They're 1 of 7 yesterday, so combined 2 of 16. Ground ball These guys are pounding and see if they can get another one over the third baseman's head. Here's the 0-1. That one is in the dirt. It'll get blocked by a reel behind the plate. Evens up the count here, 1 ball and 1 strike. So you got Springer on deck. Bennett is waiting in the hole.
Mustangs would love Seymour to get his bat woken up here in the tournament. I mean, he hit a grand slam yesterday, but really other than that, didn't do much. As a walk and a run scored in this game alongside a ground out.
Here's a 1-1. Check swing. That one's in the dirt again for ball 2. This game, we are in the bottom of the third after an hour and 13 minutes. First game, if it went 7, it would have been done in an hour and a half easily.
If that. I mean, I think we went through 9 innings in just over 2 hours.
So trying to get the next game after this started at 4 o'clock.
Yesterday's game was right around 2.5 hours for Loretto.
Tapper back to the pitcher. Thompson's going to take off for third. Seymour is out. Thompson does advance. So we got a runner now 90 feet away with 2 gone. Brings up Case and Springer.
Walked and scored a run his first time. Got an RBI on a drop third strike his next at bat. And really the part of the Mustangs order that does all the damage hasn't done as much today as they usually do if for the Mustangs to have 6 runs already.
2 of the 3 hits have come from Lucas Laxon. This courtesy runner is now 90 feet away, and they're going to intentionally walk Case and Springer here. So Springer now was 4 for 5 yesterday and reaches base for the second time today.
That's to get Braden Bennett.
Reached via an error that brought home a run and then scored a run himself in the previous inning. So runners on the corners. 2 gone. And Bennett here has a chance to make the Bulldogs pay in this situation. I don't know what's going on beside us over here. Here's the first pitch. That one, runner's going to take off. It's a back pick to third. And
that's kind of clever right there.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think I've seen that one attempted before. Like I've always seen you try to double steal and then you throw to second, the guy comes home, or you pump to throw to second, but never you go down to third.
Scott, the third baseman, I don't know how much he was ready for that.
Yeah, I would say it looked like he kind of caught it in the gut.
Yeah, because he wasn't really near the bag there. See if they can catch Thompson off guard. Here's a 1-0. That one misses low for ball 2. Is it 1-1? Yeah, that's what he's calling. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch is in there. 1-2 is now the count. Here's a 1-2. That one's in the dirt. It'll get blocked by Reel. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I would say Coach Weathers saying 3-1 because he only called 2 pitches.
Yeah.
He only called 1 pitch a strike.
Yeah, I thought the first pitch was a ball. Because it was away, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Bennett hadn't taken the bat off his shoulder yet to swing at one. So Coach Weathers not happy about that one.
Yeah, I could have swore that first pitch was a ball.
It was outside.
Yeah, it was way outside. Yeah, you can't have that here at this level, in this juncture. So it is a 2-2 count. This one is sent down the right field line, leaking foul. Good effort out there and right to track it down by Ryan Maxwell, and that one falls in. Keep it 2-2 count.
And now Coach Curtis coming out to have a word with the home plate umpire.
Yeah, we thought the first pitch was a ball, and apparently he called it a strike.
I don't know which one he called a ball, if it was the first pitch that was outside, and Coach Weathers is really towing that line of getting thrown out.
We thought he called the first pitch a ball, and apparently he called it a strike. So it's 2-2. So Bennett here after some clarification from the on plate umpire. Man, we're all confused up here. Another 2-2. Bennett swings and misses for strike 3. That one will end the inning. The Mustangs strand 2. In the bottom of the third, it's a 6-5 lead as we go to the top of the fourth. Next on the X Sports Network.
Professional care with a smile. That will always be a guarantee at Encompass Healthcare. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or even weight loss treatments, our team is equipped to serve your needs. Our doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment with our providers, Kendra Brown or Tori Cox, today. Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, Tennessee, right next to Chapman Tire.
This is the X Sports Network.
Mustangs of Loretto lead Milan 6-5 as we go to the top of the fourth of this crazy Class 2A winners bracket matchup. 9-1-2 due up for the Bulldogs with Gabe Scott, Colin Milligan, and Ryan Maxwell. Lucas Laxon on for his third inning of work through 2. Has given up 4 runs off 4 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts right now through 36 pitches so far for Laxon. Only 1 of those 4 runs he has given up are earned. So Scott, who's singled in his first at bat in the third inning and scored, leading things off here for the Bulldogs. Takes a first pitch high for ball 1.
We still got a lot of baseball left to go.
Next pitch, grounder up the middle. Fisher fields, throws over to first in time, and that will be the first out of the inning.
It's good to get the leadoff man out for the Mustangs.
Yeah, hadn't done that in the previous inning, so the leadoff man is out. Brings up Colin Milligan. He's 2 for 2. He's had a good tournament so far. Doubled and scored in the first and singled and scored in the third. He is 4 of 6 so far in this state tournament.
Again, Mustangs struggled to get him out in the sectional in all 3 games last year.
That first pitch misses him for ball 1.
But again, Gabe Scott hit that single to lead off the third inning.
Next pitch grounded towards the Loretto dugout and bounced into right field as Bennett will track that one down.
So again, this is the part of the lineup where you'd like to get a 1, 2, 3 inning to kind of slow the roll that Milan has going.
Here's a 1-1. Misses low for ball 2. Here's a 2-1. This is away for ball 3. 83 miles an hour there, so a hitter's count here for Milligan.
But you don't want to give him first base freely. Because, again, we've seen him swipe a couple bags today.
Here's a 3-1. On the inside corner, and Milligan thought that was going to be ball 4 and ends up strike 2. Here's a full count offering. That one missed for ball 4. So 1 out walk as Milligan reaches base for the third time. So Maxwell due up now. He's 0 for 1. Sack bunt in the first and a fly out the right in the third. Milligan at first with 1 out. Middle infield double play depth for Loretto. First pitch misses for ball 1.
And Laxon is your typical ground ball pitcher, so he's going to keep everything pretty low. He's not going to elevate many pitches.
Here's a 1-0. skied high in the air into left center field. Tragula makes the play out there in left center as we've got 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. Brings up Kerry Allen Burke, 1 for 2, singled into right in the first, struck out swinging in the 3rd.
Yeah, big out right there. That was a loud one, a loud out at that.
He hit that one a mile in the air.
Yeah,
just means he just got underneath it.
Yeah, and I mean you saw Fisher at short and then Moore and Traglia in left and center all collapsing on it.
First pitch here to Burke, a breaking ball. That one is, or some sort of, I don't know what that was. Looked like a breaking ball or a cutter in there for strike 1. A pickoff attempt over there at first, not in time.
Mustangs aren't a team that picks off a lot. I mean, you'll get some back picks temporarily or periodically from Seymour, but not a lot from their pitching staff.
Here's the 0-1. Will rip down the left field line into the Bulldog dugout for strike 2.
So now the Mustangs one strike away from getting out of the inning. We'll see if they can get it. As we saw in the top of the 4th, that last out was a tough one to come by.
Here's the 0-2. And a good block there by Seymour, and that's going to keep Milligan over there at first base.
So 1-2 is your count. Got Colin Milligan at first. And Kerry Allen Burke up to bat.
Here's a 1-2. Another ground ball down the left field line and another foul ball here from Burke. Having a good battle here with Laxon. Laxon now with 50 pitches here through 2 2/3 innings.
And it would probably be much lower than that if they didn't have such a big 2-out rally in the top half of the 3rd inning.
1-2. That one misses a hair high. Deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Seems like some of those that are right on the line have all gone the batter's way.
He hasn't called that high strike hardly at all today. Next pitch. That's a single through the left side. Another 2-out hit here for the Bulldogs. But 2-1 and 2 out here in the top of the 4th. Now brings up Will Johnson. 0 for 2, reached via an error in the previous inning that brought home a run and scored himself.
Kind of a strange alignment there by the Mustangs defense on the last pitch. Daniel was almost on third base, and Fisher was right where a normal shortstop would be lined up, so that ball just snuck right through the 5-6 hole.
Johnson, who's 1 for 4 in the tournament so far with a double and an RBI. First pitch from Laxon, and that one is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, that was the slider right there. A bunch of vertical break on that one.
Here's the 0-1. Skied in the center field. Tragula coming in on it. He'll make the catch, and that one will end the inning. The Bulldogs strand 2 in the top of the 4th. Loretto leads 6-5 as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Next on the X Sports Network.
Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg is your go-to stop to complete your home, business, a combination of both, or really anything you can think of. With one of the region's biggest selection of bedroom furniture, name brand mattresses, recliners, living room and dining room suites, accents for the home or office, quality name brand appliances, and did I mention Swap and Shop services what they sell? This is family owned and operated business at its best. And the best part is, they'll treat you like family too.
We got bedroom suites, mattresses, dining room suites, appliances, outdoor equipment, mowers, and more. See us at the Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Old School Rentals in Loretto, Tennessee is headquarters for all your rental equipment needs. Need a trailer? How about saws, tools, loaders, or generators? You can find all of that and much, much more at Old School Rentals. Owner Ryan Smith, located on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
6-5 is a Loretto lead here in the Class 2A winners bracket matchup here between Loretto and Milan. Due up here for the Mustangs in the bottom of the fourth, 4-5-6 with Moore, Daniel, and Tragula. Will Johnson back on the mound for the Bulldogs through 2 1/3, has given up 4 runs off 3 hits, a walk, trio of strikeouts, sitting right now at 58 pitches. So Moore, who's 0 for 1, has reached base twice off an error in the first and walked, scored in the second.
Yeah, you got 3 seniors in 4, 5, and 6 holes for the Mustangs. Would love to get all of them on.
Lefty versus righty. First pitch. Misses away for ball 1.
You got the third baseman kind of in over there on the corner watching a bunt. But again, the first baseman back almost on the outfield grass with Moore being such a pull hitter.
Next pitch. He can shoot one the other way.
He has the ability to. It's high school, you have a ton of shifts. Usually if it's a left-handed batter, everybody goes over to the left. If it's a right-handed batter, everyone goes over to the right.
There's a 2-0. That one misses away for ball 3. Here's a 3-0. Misses low for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk here from Moore to lead things off as he reached base for the third time today. Now brings up the now third baseman Carter Daniel, who's 1 for 2. Hit into a fielder's choice. It scored the first 2 runs of the game for Loretto in the first and had an infield single on a chopper over Johnson's head in the second. First pitch here to Daniel. It's off the end of the bat. Slow roller to Scott at second. Flips over to second. That will be in time. They will get Moore the leadoff runner, excuse me. So 1 gone off another fielder's choice. Brings up Jackson Tragula, the center fielder. No official at bat. Walked in the first and was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second. Tragula, who is actually been hit by 2 pitches in this game, in this state tournament. First pitch, and this one skied in the air. Will stay on the infield.
See if they can make a play on it.
And a good job over there at third base by J.P. Scott. He makes the catch. As we've got 2 gone here in the bottom of the fourth. Now brings up designated hitter Jaden Aaron, 0 for 2. Hit into a fielder's choice in the first. Struck out looking in the second.
And if there's anybody hurting for a base hit, it is Jaden. He really would like to get something going here, especially with this game being so close.
Here's a first pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1.
Yeah, again, we see pitchers working on that outside corner. It's hard to get your bat all the way out there, especially for somebody that hasn't seen a bunch of it.
This is a ground ball tapped foul to the Bulldog dugout as Aaron's down 0-2 in the count. Owen 2 to the 7-0 hitter. Next pitch. And it's a tapper here to Scott at third. The throw over to first is in time, and that one will end the inning. Mustangs strand 1 in the bottom of the fourth. They still lead 6-5 as we go to the top of the fifth. That is next on the X Sports Network.
If you want the best clean and wash experience, you need to catch the happy wave at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Don't settle for streaks, dirt residue, water spots, and weak vacuums that you can get at just any car wash. At all our locations, you will be greeted by a smiling attendant who will pre-wash your car front and back to remove any stubborn bugs and dirt before guiding you through the tunnel, where your car will be treated to the ultimate spa treatment with state-of-the-art equipment and one-of-a-kind wash experience that will give your car a showroom shine. Afterwards, you can help yourself to our free powerful vacuums, cleaning cloths, and glass and surface cleaner for the perfect finishing touch. When it comes to caring for your car, don't settle for any wash and pay for all the extras. Get the best when you catch the happy wave at your local Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Patient care at its finest is found at Tennessee Valley Family Care. From primary to infant care, physicals, women's health, allergies, diabetes management, plus on-site labs and ultrasounds. Let practitioners Liz Phillips, Kathy Cohen, and Stephanie Tucker care for your health and your entire family's health. Let Tennessee Valley Family Care help you reach your health care goals.
This is the X Sports Network.
Whole host of defensive changes here for the Mustangs as we go to the top of the fifth inning as they lead Milan. This Class 2A winners bracket matchup, 6-2-5. Bear with us here. Clint Seymour goes from catcher to short. Kason Springer from first back to right. Braden Bennett will go from right to left. Miles Moore will go from left to catching. Carter Daniel from third to first. And Graham Fisher from short to second base.
And then Raleigh Ellis from second to third. And that should be everything.
If you're listening or watching and can repeat that, you get a prize of just pride because we don't have any money to give you. So, first pitch here from Laxon to Gonzalez. A ground ball down the left field line and foul for strike one. Gonzalez 1 for 2, struck out looking in the first and had a 2-out RBI double and scored a run in the third. So Gonzalez is 1 for 4 so far in the tournament. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball. Here to Seymour at short. The throw over to first.
Wow.
In time. What a play by Clint Seymour. And that will be the first out of the inning.
Maybe a little juice that they needed right there is Gonzalez just did exactly what he was supposed to do, hitting it away to the 5-6 gap. Seymour covered a ton of ground and then throwing across his body to get the out. I mean, just an amazing play out of there.
Brings up Lincoln Reel, 1 for 2. Strikeout looking in the second. An RBI single in the third. This one is sent in the left field, and Bennett going back. Makes the catch in left field for the second out of the inning.
Bennett misjudged that one, but he's about 6'1" maybe. Just jumped up, put the glove up there, and prayed, and his prayers were answered. As quickly 2 down.
Bad luck there from Lincoln Rio, who absolutely tattooed that ball, and Bennett makes a double saving catch. Now brings up Bo Atkinson, 0 for 1, a fly out to right and a walk. First pitch misses away for ball 1. So first 2 batters finding all the defensive changes so far, which I think the only thing that hasn't changed is Tragula in center.
Yeah, and Laxon pitching.
As that next pitch is swung on a miss for strike 1. Miles does have a few innings behind the plate, but not a ton this season.
The last game I remember him catching was at Lewis County. Now, there's probably one in there that I missed.
Here's a 1-1. Breaking ball, and that one is fouled and out of play. And it's a 1-2 count here to Atkinson.
The Mustangs were trying to find the catcher number 2. Seymour, is a really good catcher, but that's one of those positions where you need 2 or 3 guys to be able to rotate. Ellis has spent some time back there, has had his defensive struggles, so now they're trying Miles Moore out there to put Clint Seymour in the field after their infield had a plethora of errors in the third inning to allow Milan to get back into this game.
Here's the 1-2. Misses high. Deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, and Miles Moore even getting tested behind the plate with that one.
And he did a good bit of catching his freshman year. Had a thumb injury that kind of sidelined him from doing that sophomore and junior year.
Next one is popped up and will head into the Mustang faithful. Evens up the, it actually just stays a 2-2 count.
Again, when you get to the state tournament, AJ, it's like playing chess. You got to move pieces around to try to help your team win. And
2-2, soft liner. Here to Seymour at short. Throws over to first. That's in time, and that one will end the inning. A rare 3-up, 3-down inning for either side. As it is a 6-5 Loretto leads. We go the bottom half of the inning next on the X Sports Network.
Head on over to Shaw Southeast Distributing in Lawrenceburg to find everything you need for your home, business, or fundraiser. To make life easier, Shaw Southeast Distributing now accepts EBT cards. Have a concession stand, food truck, or just your kitchen at home? Leave it to Shaw to fill your shelves with ease. Shaw Southeast Distributing delivers. Family owned and operated. Phone 931-762-7760. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at 1603 Ripke Avenue in Lawrenceburg.
Lucas Laxon to lead things off here for Loretto in the bottom half of the 5th inning. This Class 2A winners bracket matchup. Mustangs leading the Milan Bulldogs 6-5, 8-9-1. Do it for Loretto. Will Johnson back on the mound through 3 1/3. Has given up 4 runs off 3 hits. Pair of walks, trio strikeouts through 66 pitches so far. Laxon 2 for 2. The pair of singles in the 2nd and the 3rd, and led off both of those innings with singles. First pitch, breaking ball over the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, Laxon, 2 of the 3 Mustang hits. Hoping he can get a third right here.
Next pitch swung on a miss for strike 2. Down 0-2 here to Johnson.
Yeah, Lucas done his job on the mound. I'd love to continue it out right here.
Next pitch swung on a miss for, actually they're saying it's a foul ball. So keeps it an 0-2 count. Home plate umpire called it immediately. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball here to the left side again. A good job by the shortstop. The throw to first is in time for the first out of the inning. Incredible play over there at short by Kerry Allen Burke, and we've got 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
So both shortstops making incredible plays. Burke over there going back against his body, slides, makes the beautiful grab, and then got it over to first. Milligan in a hurry. 1 down.
Brings up Graham Fisher. No official at bat. Hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd. Had a sac bunt in the 3rd. Fisher's 1 for 4 in the tournament. A pair of strikeouts, and that first pitch is in there for strike 1.
So Johnson, 71 pitches out of the bullpen so far, has done a really good job for Milan. Kind of came in and to a rough outing, but since then has really calmed down and settled down this Mustang lineup.
Ever since that crazy 2nd inning, he's really done a good job here against Loretto. 1-1 the count here to the 9-hole hitter, the sophomore, now 2nd baseman. That one swung on a miss for strike 2.
Trying to hit the scoreboard out there and left with that swing was Fisher, but just couldn't get any solid contact right there.
Here's a 1-2. Foul back, keeps it a 1-2 count. Here's a 1-2. Another foul ball back as Fisher stays alive with the 1-2 count. Another 1-2.
Good.
It's going to miss in. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that one inside and down, just couldn't locate the zone right there. So Fisher stays alive to see another pitch.
Milan head coach Greg Scott really wanted that one. He took a lap around the on-deck circle after that pitch. Here's a 2-2. On the outside corner for strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. That is Johnson's 4th strikeout of the game. Brings us to the top of the order of Clint Seymour. Walked and scored in the first, and a pair of ground outs in the second and third.
Yeah, Johnson didn't miss right there. Got another strikeout. It's his 3rd of the afternoon. 2 looking, 1 swinging. Seymour looks to add to this Mustangs lead. And they would love another one of those Seymour long balls right here.
First pitch here from Johnson. That's a breaking ball. Misses away for ball 1. Want to know the count here to the senior now shortstop for Loretto. Here's a 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner. Evens up the count here. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, looked like a cutter right there. Just snuck right back over the plate. And not much Seymour could do about that one. That was a well-placed pitch.
Here's a 1-1. That one misses away for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Next pitch. Misses high for ball 3. So Johnson now at 81 pitches here through 4+ innings. Here's a 3-1. And Seymour swings, and that one is fouled back. The count goes full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And with him being at 82 pitches, barring the tournament getting some of the games getting postponed or moved back, this will be Johnson's only time he can pitch. Now that he's past 76 or 75 pitches, it's 3 days of rest.
Full count offering. Seymour, a chopper up the middle. Burke.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, throw, yeah.
Not as close as I thought.
Yeah. And that's not against Burke. That was going to be a tough play as Seymour will come up with the infield singles. 4th hit by Loretto in the game. Brings up the right fielder in Cason Springer. He's 0 for 1. Walked and scored in the first. Struck out on a pitch that brought home a run off had the throw over to first, and the runner at third came home and scored, and then he was intentionally walked in the third. So 1 on, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
He's been productive all of his ABs, though. Scored a run his first time, got the RBI the next time, and then intentionally walked.
That first pitch misses away for ball 1. Springer is 4 for 5 with a solo homer and 3 singles yesterday. Has reached base twice here today. So 6 times total in the tournament. Here's a 1-0. That one is in the dirt. Another good block by Reel behind the plate for ball 2.
Yeah, Springer, a .750 on-base percentage here in the tournament. And, I mean, that's how you win games. You get guys on base, and you hope somebody can hit them around.
Here's a 2-0. That one's in there for strike 1. Springer. It's Seymour. Takes off. Burke almost caught Springer there on the, not Springer, but Seymour there on the, on the center field thing. So he gets into the stolen base.
Yeah, Seymour didn't get the best jump right there. The throw was good. It's just Burke had a hard time eating that one up. But did a good job keeping it from getting into center field. So now Mustangs have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Here's a 2-1. This one's going to go into into center field. Making the catch out in center is Barton James, and that one will end the inning. The Mustangs stram 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. They lead at 6-5 as we go to the top of the 6th. Next on the X Sports Network.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
This is the X Sports Network.
6-5 is the Loretto lead as we go to the top of the sixth here. This Class 2A state tournament winners bracket matchup. Due up here for the Bulldogs of Milan, 8-9-1 with James Scott and Milligan. Lucas Laxon back on for his fifth inning of work through four runs off 5 hits, only 1 earned. 2 walks, trio strikeouts, right now at 63 pitches. James lead things off 0 for 2. A tapper back to the pitcher in the second. Struck out swinging in the third. First pitch here from Laxon. That one is low for ball 1.
Yeah, with 6 outs still remaining in this game, Milan's going to get the big part of their lineup back up. So it's time for the Mustangs pitching and defense to really step up and try to shut the door here, as their offense has looked quiet since the second inning.
He tries a bunt attempt there, and that pitch more than likely would have hit him.
Yeah.
Didn't square around there, and that evens up the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. You got Ellis at third, playing on the grassy part of the turf. Here's a 1-1. Fouled away over the Loretto faithful. It's a 1-2 count here to James. Here's a 1-2. Tapper up the middle. Seymour charging in. Scoops, throws over to first. In time for the first out of the inning.
And that kid is just an athlete. I mean, that was that had base hit written all over it. Yeah. Laxon kind of went off Laxon's glove when he tried to lay back and make the grab. Seymour charged in like a bolt of lightning. Quick glove, transfer, fire over to first. 1 down to start off this 6th inning.
James was motoring down first. I thought there for a second he was going to be safe.
Well, it was a close play either way, but
brings up Gabe Scott, who's 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the third, and then grounded out 2 short in the fourth. Takes a first pitch ball. It's 1-0 is the count.
You know, Seymour caught the first 11 innings Loretto had played in this tournament, and since then he's had 4 or 5 ground balls come to him.
There's a 1-0. Ground ball here to Ellis, and that's going to go through just out of the reach of Ellis. So his second hit. 8th hit of the game for Milan, 1 on, 1 out as we go the top of the order with Colin Milligan. Reached base in all 3 at-bats, doubled in the first, singled in the third, scored both innings, and then walked in the fourth, but was left on base in that inning.
This would be a huge out if the Mustangs could get Milligan down without any more damage. You do have Ellis playing on the infield grass, and their defense is not at what I would call double play depth.
First pitch, misses high for ball 1. So 1-0 the count here to Milligan. Here's a 1-0. Skied high in the air, and that one's going to get over the Milan fan base for strike 1.
And AJ elsewhere in Murfreesboro, Summertown won the tennis state championship 3rd year in a row.
Unreal. They have got a dynasty over there in Summertown girls tennis. Next pitch misses in for ball 2. They just continue to do big things over there at Summertown.
And they got some
individuals.
Yeah, individuals and doubles coming up too.
Here's a 2-1. On the outside corner. Evens up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a good pitch. Worked that one low and away, and that's how you got to do it with these dangerous hitters like Milligan. You can't give them anything right over the plate. Just got to hope you can paint the corners.
Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He is out. He can't advance, and that will be the second out of the inning. A huge strikeout for Lucas Laxton against the one of probably maybe the toughest out in the entire tournament there in Colin Milligan.
Yeah, he has been dangerous, and like you said, AJ couldn't advance. When first base is already occupied on a drop third strike, you cannot get to first.
Brings up Ryan Maxwell, 0 for 2, a sac bunt in the first, and a pair of flyouts in the third and the fourth, one to right, one to center. First pitch from Laxton, ground ball, that's going to get through the left side, just out of the reach of Ellis. The runner thought about taking off and to third, but a good job by Lucas Laxton to keep that one, keep him advancing. So, single there from Maxwell as he reaches base for the first time, brings up Kerry Allen Burke, 2 for 3, a pair of singles in the first and fourth, and a strikeout in the third.
And if Milligan hasn't been the toughest out in this tournament, it's probably Kerry Allen Burke.
Had a huge game yesterday with 3 for 3. It was a triple shy of a cycle.
And speaking of the cycle, we have one this morning from White House catcher Tyler Zeligman.
Yeah.
Led off the game with a double, a single, then got a 3-run home run to tie it up, and then in the top of the 8th hit a triple.
Laxton will step off the mound here, reset himself. Take a look at the dugout quickly.
And again, the winner of this game will advance to Thursday's semifinal matchup. The loser of this game will face White House Heritage. The game has been moved up to 4. I'm not sure if we'll get it started by then, though.
First pitch from Laxton. Foul back for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. And that gets away from Moore. And that will move both runners up here in the scoring position.
Yeah, Laxton went a little too far away right there. Moore couldn't bring it in. And
Clint Seymour, senior shortstop, will come have a quick conversation here with Laxton.
And it counts 1-1, so 2 strikes away, but 2 runners in scoring position and a very dangerous man up to bat.
Zach Cordes is screaming Tom.
He wants to walk Burke.
Yeah. That's what intentionally walk Burke here. So that will load the bases here for Will Johnson, who's 0 for 3. Ground out to third in the first, reached via an error. That brought home a run and scored in the third and flew out the center in the fourth.
Smart to walk Burke right there. It puts the force out anywhere, and that would get the Mustangs out of the inning.
Now batting number 8, Will Johnson.
Bases loaded. 2 gone. 1 run Loretto lead.
And AJ, I think this game's been everything it lived up to be. And we knew this was a very likely second-round matchup, and it's been a very good one at that.
First pitch. That one is in there for strike 1.
Johnson started this game at shortstop on the mound, has thrown almost 90 pitches, and has looked excellent.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. A good block by Moore, and it's strike 2.
Again, an out right here is huge for either team.
0-2. The count here to Johnson. On the outside corner for strike 3, and that one will end the inning. The Bulldogs strand the bases loaded in the top of the 6th. The Mustangs lead at 6-5 as we go the bottom half of the inning next on the X Sports Network.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
If there ever was such a thing as a company that could do almost anything, well, Tenakee Properties is it. These guys know how to completely transform your existing home into something new, or just do it room by room. Need a new bathroom or kitchen? What about a fresh coat of paint? Even a new floor? Looking for dirt work? Tenakee has you covered. Oh, and you can even rent a dumpster from them too. That's Tenakee Properties. Visit Tenakee.com or phone 931-244-4602.
This is the X Sports Network.
So we go to the bottom of the sixth here, this Class 2A elimination game. Loretto just got out a huge bases-loaded jam. They lead at 6-5. Not elimination, it's a winner's bracket game.
It sure feels like an elimination
Yeah,
go. The
gosh.
tension here has been bubbling since about the third inning.
The first 2.5 innings have been crazy here, where all the runs have been scored. As Loretto lead at 6-5. 3-4-5 are due up with Bennett, Moore, and Daniel. Will Johnson back on the mound here for the Bulldogs through 4 1/3 innings. 4 runs off 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Right now at 87 pitches, and just like on the other side, just one of those 4 runs have been earned against Johnson.
Now, AJ, do you think it would have any effect on, Johnson was the one that struck out looking there to end the top half of the 6th inning with the bases loaded. Do you think that has any, mentality impact with him on the mound?
Well, if you're a Milan fan, you hope that's not the case. You hope he goes out there and focuses in. If you're a Loretto fan, you hope you need some insurance, because this Milan lineup.
And look who's coming back up to bat.
Yeah, and Mason Tidwell's going to re-enter here. So he's going to lead things off here for the Mustangs.
Had some arm soreness in the first inning after he finished pitching. Came up to bat in the first inning, struck out looking, and then after that they pulled him out of the game, moved some pieces around, and Loretto has been playing the most confusing game of chess I've ever watched.
Yeah, he struck out in his lone at bat in the game. First pitch here from Johnson. That pitch misses in for ball 1. So Tidwell, so far in the tournament, is 2 for 6 with a pair of singles. So Marr might be sore, but they certainly trust his bat, or he trusts his bat in the situation. This one is sent in the left field.
That might get down.
And it will get down. So he's going to lead off the inning with a single, his 3rd hit of the tournament. 5th hit of the game for Loretto, and hey, that's exactly what they were hoping for in that situation.
A base hit, and at that, a momentum one. Base hit had come out of the game. It pretty much, had gone to the dugout and sat down, and then I don't know if he asked the coaches to go back in. The coaches asked him if he could go back in, but went back in, got a little bloop single, and now the Mustangs got the leadoff man on and would love some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th.
Miles Moore due up 0 for 1. Pair of walks in the 2nd and 4th, and Reach Van Air in the 1st. So he's reached base in all 3 of his at-bats so far. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. First pitch, runner takes off. Good throw from Reel. And Tidwell slides just out of the way. Reel with another bullet out there, and Tidwell with a good outside slide for the stolen base.
Okay, 1-0 is the count, so that pitch was called a ball. We'll see if he changes his mind later.
Never know.
But Mason right there using a little swim move to get around the tag of Burke, and now a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And with the ability that Moore has shown to bunt earlier in his career, may show bunt right here. He got the corners a little bit in.
Here's the 1-0. And sent down the left field line, just foul by about 2 yards for strike 1.
And lucky it went foul, because if I think that was in fair territory, then the left fielder, let's see who, Gonzalez would have had time to get over there, because he was about on the line when that ball hit the ground.
So 1-1 the count, the cleanup hitter here for the Mustangs. Next pitch in the dirt, another good block by Reel behind the plate for ball 2. Long look. Here's a 2-1. He'll square around the bunt and can't get it. That's strike 2.
I wonder if we see Moore try to drop down a bunt as we see Reel go up there to have a quick word with Johnson. And Moore's going to go talk to third base coach David Weathers, just saying, hey, just swing it.
Yeah.
That may have been word for word what David said right there.
I think he said, I don't know, just swing it.
Yeah.
I think we both read his lips there. Mustangs just one hit so far with the runner in scoring position in the game. So they're 1 for 11 so far. And a pickoff attempt. That one got away, but not too far away for Mason to take off for third. Maybe a little bit too careless there, but didn't hurt him at the end. Hey, Miles just needs to be productive in this at bat.
Yeah, I would love a base hit.
Johnson steps off the rubber again, calls for a new set of signs from his catcher in Lincoln Reel.
I think Mason's done a good job distracting him there, taking a pretty big lead there at second.
Here's a 2-2. Misses away for ball 3. Count goes full here off the fifth pitch of the at-bat.
Again, pitch number 95 coming up for Will Johnson. And I get high school is a little different than college, but a relief pitcher coming out and throwing 95 pitches is something else.
You only see that in NCAA and NAIA tournament games. Full count offering. Breaking ball misses away for ball 4 for the third straight at bat. Miles Moore works a walk. So 2-1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Now head coach Greg Scott will make his way out to the mound here to talk with Johnson, who through 95 pitches has done a heck of a job for Milan.
And he told the infield to stay back, so I'm not sure if he's going to take the ball from him.
No, it doesn't look like it so far.
And I was about to say, Johnson has fared well against Daniel. Daniel has grounded out twice, fielder's choice, so he's reached, but he's had Miles ground out pretty much twice.
He's reached in all 3 of his at-bats. Does have an infield single, and it looks like we are going to get a pitching change. So while this goes down, we will take a break here on the Exports Network.
Why should you bank with Employee Resources Credit Union? We offer a wealth of services, including mobile banking, video banking, bill pay, and more. We also offer loan rates that are lower than those of our competitors. Employee Resources Credit Union has been a financial pillar since 1964, providing long-time support to members of the community. Join us and become part of the ERCU commitment, not for profit, for service. Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
This is the X Sports Network.
J.P. Scott, the new pitcher into the game here for the Bulldogs, comes in for Will Johnson, who gave up 4 runs, only 1 earned off 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts through 95 pitches, and 4 1/3. So Carter Daniel up, who's 1 for 3 in the game with an infield single and a pair of fielder's choices. The first guy Scott faces, 2-1, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. The Mustangs trying to add to a 6-5 lead.
We got a runner in for Miles. And yeah, they do have a courtesy runner. That's Lane Dixon running at first. Was confused because Miles was in left field, but he's catching now, so you can have a courtesy runner.
First pitch sent up the middle. Burke makes a nice play. Can't make the flip.
Oh, and he's coming around home.
Oh, he's going to hold up there. And that was going to be a tough play by Burke.
Ooh. I guess we call it rule that an E6 maybe? Well, they ruled it a hit.
Yeah, they're going to roll it
an
infield single here. So. Burke had the dive.
Yeah.
So anytime you dive, that's
they usually rule that a hit.
They ruled a hit. So it's an infield single, his second infield single.
So bases loaded, nobody out for Jackson Traglia. Got hit by a pitch. He was up earlier in this game with the bases loaded. Got hit by a pitch. So an RBI.
He's walked, hit by a pitch, and popped up to third. First pitch here from Scott misses away for ball 1.
You take one of those results from the first two at-bats, a walker hit by pitch would bring in another run. They have Jaden Aaron on deck, so they're going to leave him at DH.
Infield playing in here for Milan. Here's a 1-0. Tracking off the end of the bat will go foul for strike one. Seen a few of those from Mustang hitters today. Balls is hitting off the end of the bat.
And with Daniel's infield single right there, the Mustangs now have as many hits as they do runs. Now, I don't think they got a hit until they had 4 runs on the board, which is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
This game has just been weird for everyone who's kept track of it from the start. You know what we're talking about. The first 2.5 innings have just been crazy. Next pitch misses high for ball 2.
I'd say if you just pause and take a picture there, 5 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors, 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, you'd be like, okay, that's probably just a pretty normal baseball game. Yeah. If you watched the 2 hours we've had going on right here, you'd know how crazy it's been.
Each side has left 8 on base as well. Here's a 2-1. That misses high for ball 3. A hitter's count here for Tragula.
Yeah, I didn't think the Mustangs would be leading in this game, leaving almost double-figure guys on base, but Milan has done just the same.
Here's a 3-1. Now on the outside corner for strike 2. Pitch at 78 miles an hour.
Yeah, I take 3-1 there. But you got to battle right here because a strikeout would leave a double play ball in play for the next man.
Full count offering. Misses high for ball 4, and the Mustangs add to the lead. They make it 7-5. The second bases loaded walk/hit by pitch for Jackson Tragula in the game.
So 2 RBIs, and he doesn't have a hit. So
best type of day, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do any work, and you might have a little bit of a bruise from that hit by pitch earlier, but he'll take that for he'll trade a bruise for a win every day.
There's always a great story behind a bruise. First pitch here to Aaron, misses low for ball 1. Aaron, who's 0 for 3 in the game, fielder's choice in the first, strikeout looking in the second, ground out the third and the fourth. Here's a 1-0. Liner down the left field line, but foul for strike 1, even up the count of 1 ball and 1 strike.
I'd say it was close to being a fair ball and even closer to taking the legs out from under Lane Dixon there at third.
Here's a 1-1. Just misses away for ball 2. And Scott and Real, I don't know if they're upset at each other or up. I don't.
Or with the umpire, yeah.
The back and forth has been.
Scott's been pretty animated at third base today, so.
Here's a 2-1. Misses low for ball 3.
I mean, there really haven't been any that are that close that you could be like, visibly mad, but.
Here's the 3-1, swung on a miss for strike 2.
A big swing out there from Jaden with 3 balls, 1 strike, brings the count full. The Mustangs DH.
Next pitch here from Scott. That one is through for a base hit. 1 run is in. Daniel rounding third. He will score. A 2 RBI single from Jaden Aaron, and the Mustangs lead it 9-5.
AJ, we talked about it. This kid was hurting for a hit and got a big one as the Mustangs now have that 4-run lead back, 9-5. Nobody out as well as runners on the corners. Lucas Laxon coming up to bat.
He's 2 for 3, a pair of singles to lead off the second and third, and then grounded out the short to lead off the fifth. So his first at bat of the game where he's not leading off an inning.
Yeah.
First pitch, runner's going to take off. It's a squeeze bunt. It gets down. He will score. Laxon is out at first, and the Mustangs now lead at 10-5.
Yeah, I've seen that play work for the Mustangs, and I've also seen it, make them look a little silly. They had an opportunity in the game against Camden Central in that sub-state game where they tried to lay down a squeeze, and the player bunting couldn't lay down a bunt, and the guy got caught up at third. But Laxon helping his cause out right there with the safety squeeze. The Mustangs are now have Milan doubled 10-5 with Grant Fisher coming up to bat.
Runner on third. So after they've struggled with runners in scoring position in this inning, a pair of singles, a walk, and now a sac bunt. First pitch here to Fisher, misses away for ball one. Fisher's 0 for 1, hit by pitch. Scored a run in the second, sac bunt in the third, and a strikeout looking in the fifth. And South Carolina, Arkansas tied up.
That's been a really good game. I don't know if you've been paying attention, and here they got him
caught
up.
Aaron caught up here. That's a low throw. Here's a throw back to first. And so he can getting caught in a rundown here.
They got the whole team here.
Yeah. They finally get Aaron out. That would be the second out of the inning.
But, hey, he did his job. He went up there. He did what he was supposed to do. Just Fisher couldn't get down the bunt. As I kind of a little bit of foreshadowing right there.
Yeah. It's a good effort there.
But, listen, he went up big at bat. I think it was a 3-2 count as well, and got a 2 RBI single.
Fisher with the 1-1 count, 2 gone. Next pitch here from Scott. And Fisher will send this one into left center. And making the catch out there in left center will be Barton James, and that one will end the inning. The Mustangs have 4 in the bottom of the sixth. Go to the top of the seventh, trying to close this thing out next on the X Sports Network.
Do you ever worry about having too much in the garage? What about where you're going to put the mower, or your ATV, or better yet, your mother-in-law? Look no further than Quality Storage Buildings located right next door to Flat Rock Cheese and More on the Minor Hill Highway in Pulaski, Tennessee. There you'll find the answer to your need in a compact or spacious metal building. Built by hand right at Flat Rock by some of the finest craftsmen around, there's a perfect building for everyone, including economy, utility, cabin, lofted or garage models, and even an animal shelter line. Buy or rent to own, see the different models at Flat Rock or on North Main Street in Ardmore and on Highway 43 South in Dunn. Call today 931-363-3603 or 931-201-2205.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Loretto will try to close things out here on the top of the seventh. This Class 2A winners bracket matchup as A lead Milan 10-5. Due up for the Bulldogs be 5-6-7 with Braden Gonzalez, Lincoln Reel, and Bo Atkinson.
And a slight defensive change real quick, AJ. They put Mason in to pinch hit for Braden Bennett, and then they have put Dylan Thompson out in left field now.
Okay. First pitch here to Gonzalez, fouled away for strike one. Laxton through 5 innings, 4 runs, only 1 earned, 7 hits, pair of walks, 5 strikeouts, right now at 81 pitches. So the team's closer came in for Tidwell in the second, and outside of a rough top of the third inning, and most of that was not his fault.
Yeah.
His defense kind of failed behind him, but have picked him up ever since. He's done a pretty good job. This one is skied high in the air in the left, and speaking of Dylan Thompson, makes the catch out and left, and that will be the first out of the inning. I swear, every time they make a defensive change, the first guy hits one.
It's right there.
One of the defensive changes.
Yeah. Milan knows what they're doing, I guess, but a really good outing here by the Mustangs defense. You know, I felt like they would have been in a better spot defensively with Seymour at catcher, but they move him to shortstop, move some pieces around, and this defense has looked as solid as we've seen it this year.
First pitch to Lincoln Reel in there for strike one. Reel is 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the third. He's had a good tournament so far. 3 RBIs as this one skied high on the infield. Fisher. Now Seymour calls everybody off, makes the catch, and that's the second out of the inning. And Zach Curtis and David Weathers, 2 former big leaguers, are probably going to choose somebody out at the end of the game over
I would
that.
say it was Fisher. I think it was Fisher's ball,
that
but
was
Seymour just
took over.
Hey, you know what? If you feel like there's something I kind of believe in. If you want something done right, you do it yourself. So I guess Seymour took that one to heart right there.
Atkinson at the plate takes the first pitch away for ball one as the Bulldogs are down to their final out here of the game. Here's the 1-0. Misses away for ball 2. Atkinson 0 for 2, flew out the right in the second, walked in the third, grounded out to short in the fifth. Yesterday, he was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a pair of singles. So he's 2 for 5 for the tournament. The 2-0 swung on a miss for strike one.
83 right there on the fastball, and pitch number 87 from a guy that probably hasn't thrown more than 50 pitches in a game ever.
Stone just 17 innings coming into this game. Next pitch misses low. Hitters counted 3 balls and 1 strike. And he's getting ready to pitch 6 in this, so he basically has already reached a third of it, over a third of his total so far.
Hey, picked a good time to do that, though.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's the 3-1. Ripped down the left field line. Thompson makes the catch, and that one will end the game. Loretto will advance to the state semifinals. That game will be at 2 o'clock on Thursday. Milan will be back in action in 40 minutes as they take on White House Heritage right here at Riverdale. And an incredible performance by this Mustang pitching staff. Lucas Laxon doing an incredible job coming in, going 6 innings, giving up just 1 earned run, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts on 89 pitches. Mike, what are your final thoughts on this absolutely crazy game here from Riverdale?
Well, AJ, I don't know if you saw it, and I'm not sure if Kevin got it on camera, but the first person to go over there to Lucas Laxon and give him a big old bear hug was Mason Tidwell. Just a heck of a performance, man. You got a junior coming in, typically a bullpen arm, comes in and throws 6 innings, 90 pitches, and his defense does just enough to get the Mustangs a win. A huge win against a team that put them out last year. Now the Mustangs are looking at a pretty good spot now, have to be defeated twice tomorrow, but a chance to go to the state championship on the line for the Mustangs as they look to bring another golden championship ring back to Loretto. But Milan, they played a great game. That the pitching was great. Just got a little tired there at the end. Johnson kind of got a little fatigued. Scott had to come in and couldn't really shut down this Mustangs lineup. But props to Milan. They're a really good team, and they're facing White House Heritage next with a win-or-go-home mentality, and I think that'll change how both of those teams play.
That game will be coming up at 4 o'clock, weather permitting. We do have some storms coming in through the area, so we'll see what happens. That game will be on the NFHS network between the Bulldogs of Milan and the Patriots of White House Heritage. So for Michael Marks, our producer extraordinaire Kevin Wright, this is AJ Good. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.